Hey guys, it's Doc here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your Gen 1 turbo Cruze have a little bit of turbo flutter. This doesn't give you any really performance or anything. It is just a sound effect mod, pretty much. Without a cold air intake, you're not going to be able to hear it as loud. So either having a cold air intake where you'll get that BOV stew, or this is your resonator right here. If you remove this and then retain the factory air box, you'll get that stew as well, which will allow you to hear the BOV noise just a little bit more. So in order to get the turbo flutter, you're going to have to take the BOV line off of the turbo. So you're going to locate that down here. This is the blow off, or I guess bypass valve on your, and this is your turbo. This is the bypass valve. This is only for the 1.4 turbo motors. This won't work with the 1.8, as you know, there's no turbo on there. So you'll locate your blow off valve. You'll see this little clip with this black hose, and again, that's just right off the intake coming down to your turbo. Little black triangle Dorito looking thingy, and you'll see there's going to be a barb with a hose right there. So we're going to take some ice grips, clamp down on that, try to leave it somewhere where you can access it in case you want that hose back on. So sorry, I guess I didn't get that too well, but basically you just need to get down there, pinch that clamp, move it off of the barb, push it down a little bit. So then once it's off of that barb, I would just take a flathead screwdriver and try to pry that hose off without damaging it. I need to move the camera real quick. Sorry about the poor quality. This is being filmed on my phone in a rush. And so we're just trying to get that line off without damaging it. And sometimes it's easier to, there we go. So I was able to just keep prying with the screwdriver and pull it off by hand. And you just want to make sure, and again, this is without damaging this line in case you want it back on. So we're just gonna slip it right off of that barb. So you can see it's now off the barb. We're going to try to tuck it somewhere so that it's not touching any of the housings off the turbo, just so it doesn't burn or anything like that. We definitely don't want to crimp it or anything, so we're just kind of going to push it over here out of the way of everything. Maybe even tuck it on the coolant line. I don't know about that. I never leave it disconnected. Up to you guys if you want to. There are, as far as I know, there are no negative side effects of that. So once that line is disconnected, you should be good to go. We're just gonna turn on our Cruze here. I do have a little bit of an exhaust, so it'll be a little bit harder to hear. But here we go. Obviously you can hear that turbo flutter. All that we did was disconnect the BOV line, so it doesn't really throw any codes or anything like that. You're just taking the air that's normally released through that. Oh my goodness gracious, it's warm. Holy smokes. All right, let me get that line back on there real quick. So all that is doing is creating compressor surge. Typically, as far as I know, compressor surge is just for induced air, basically like boost, going back through the turbo because it has nowhere else to escape. So all I have to imagine is it just reduces turbo life. That's up to you if that's something you guys want to run or not. I just figured I'd show you how to do it. real quick, I'm just gonna reconnect this line just to show you guys that that is indeed the mod that. So. So, and then I've just got my hose and clamp right back over that BOV line. And I get back in the car. I might let it calm down this time. But anyway, that is it to get turbo flutter on your 1.4 turbo Cruze. Obviously, if you want to hear it better, you're going to want a cold air intake or the resonator delete for that stock box. And I'm just going to let this idle die down here before. So then, as you can see with that line back on, we're back to just your basic BOV noise. So that's all you guys got to do is disconnect your BOV line, and there you are.